All these members of this team were quite magnanimous in the engagements that we got into. And amidst all the difficulties that we had at the beginning, even not being able to agree on a common agenda, we were able to put together all the agendas that were brought by both teams and reduce them to 5 thematic areas that we handled, and were able to agree on almost 90% of the issues that were before us. The few issues that we could not agree on, like the cost of living, the Azimio team had their views. We had our very strong views on that issue, and we agreed they would give us an opportunity to do what we are supposed to do as government, or as an administration charged with the responsibility of dealing with the cost of living, as we also give them the opportunity to continuously critique what we are doing. And I believe they have been doing that, and they will continue doing that. Your Excellency, there are a few other issues that we could not agree on, and we decided that we will refer those to yourself and the former Prime Minister, and you will see them contained in the report, the issues that you should consult between you and the former Prime Minister. And we believe you also endeavor to settle on those outstanding issues. We have since tabled the report in both houses. It's now formally adopted by both houses. We have begun the work of implementation. We have already published 2 bills. The bill on IEBC to reestablish the panel for selection of the IEBC commissioners, and a bill on EACC. Those are already published, and we reduced the publication timeline for the IEBC one to 1 day. And I believe the jailer committee in both houses will begin work on it to start public participation and process the bills. Your Excellency, finally, amidst all the challenges I say that we had, we also had lessons that we learned, that there is no challenge that is not surmountable when people speak to each other. We have been reminded by the former Prime Minister that we must never forget what brought us to NADCO and how we got there. And we must honor those who lost their lives, those who lost their businesses and property in this country, by ensuring that we fulfill what we have agreed on. That is going to be achieved through legislative interventions. Myself, the Honorable Pio and I, the Honorable Aaron Cheruyot, and Justice Madzayo, we will work hard to ensure that Parliament as an institution works towards the fulfillment of what we ought to do as Parliament.
So I want to say thank you very much. I know my friend, former Vice President, has said that that indeed we have agreed as leaders from the East African community, because it is the turn for the East African side of our continent to provide the leadership for AU. I have consulted with the leaders of our region, and we have agreed to support the candidature of the Honorable Raila Odinga. And it is because, number one, he is Kenyan. Number two, we believe he has the stature and the wherewithal to handle the affairs of that office. And number three, as East Africans, we have agreed that we move together in that direction. So, my friend Stephen and the teams here, you remember, we all remember, we pushed the candidature of Amina the last time. We did very well. She won the first round, but she didn't win the final round. And it is another opportunity for us as a country to present a candidate from Kenya for the position of AU. This is not about political sides. This is about Kenya. And we must always remember that there is politics and we have a nation. And when there are issues that concern Kenya as a nation, we must close ranks as communities, as parties, as sides, so that we can all move together. In fact, we do not have as many Kenyans in international positions as we should. Let me commit to you, as I commit to the nation, that we will continue to do our best as a country to forge unity, peace, and so that we can drive the progress of Kenya, which leaves no citizen, no community, no side behind, that we will all move together. When finally the history of Kenya will be written, I am sure that if you will not have a chapter, you will not miss some paragraphs in some place, that there were some good people who did a good job for Kenya. But when finally I write mine, surely you'll have a chapter. So I am happy that the outstanding issue of 2/3 gender, finally, both sides have agreed on a way forward. I want to encourage all of us that this time round, I think we have an opportunity to make sure that we deliver on this constitutional imperative. Parliament is teething on a problematic area on the matter of 2/3 gender rule. So hopefully we will be able this time round, and I am very confident that this time round we will get it right, and the women of Kenya will take their place of leadership appropriately in the Republic of Kenya, because we are all the poorer if women have not taken up their position in the leadership of Kenya. Today, I think, is a very important day. We are celebrating International Women's Day. And as we do that, we are having this concurrence of minds on delivering on the 2/3 gender provision. So I hope, in honor of all our girls, our daughters, our wives, our mothers, and all the women of Kenya, we will be able to do this for us as a country. Let me also congratulate all of you. I know that when you have constituencies, you know, when you represent people, it's difficult to carry everybody's view. And sometimes you get blamed for this or the other. But I am confident that you had the fortitude, and the strength, and commitment to make sure that you did the right